Paradise is also how Masuma Mohebi sees New Zealand. She works at this daycare center inside Selwyn College in Kohimarama.
Hello, everybody.
Working with families and children is really pleasuring for me. It's something if I felt homesick at home, when I came to Kindy, I just forget everything. I'm so happy with them. I just heard new stories, children talking about their routines. It's really wonderful. So I just feel really good to be here. Usually I like to be with girls. I just love girls talking and doing activities all day. Because in them I just see my own childhood.
But Masuma's childhood was nothing like this. She grew up in Afghanistan amidst war and conflict. At the age of 18, Masuma married a 19-year-old boy named Suleiman, whose family had already been targeted by the Taliban.
There was fight in Beirut, so when my uncle was killed by Taliban, so they came to our house, they captured us, my father once, then we give them some money, then they leave us back. So it was not safe. Once Taliban target you, so it means you're gone. So then my dad told me it's better to leave Afghanistan right now.
So they fled Afghanistan as young bride and groom, fleeing to Pakistan, then Asia. Hoping to get asylum in Australia, they took a boat together with hundreds of other refugees.
Wooden boat and without toilet and without water supplying things, but we have to bring our own bottle of waters and foods and some sort of surviving thing. But the only thing they provide us was the life jacket.
To make matters worse, the boat's engine broke down, leaving them stranded in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
But at that time it was quite risky to think. So we're thinking about to die on that boat. 438 people, they're thinking same thing. So there was no one to help us, just can look all around with water. That's it. No one thinking nothing else.
But just when all hope seemed lost, help arrived in the form of the container ship Tampa.
We were on top of the world. We just had, we survived, that's enough. We don't want our belongings, we don't want the ship or anything. But we were really, we want to make sure that there's nobody inside the ship that left behind.
When we came to Australia, the Australian didn't accept us. So thank God that New Zealand accepted us. So we came to New Zealand.
9 years later, Suleiman is now a self-employed painter. Yet in spite of their new life, Suleiman cannot forget those they've left behind.
The two sisters left, so I can't think anything else. I tried to bring him to the New Zealand, but I can't bring them to New Zealand.
It's a situation shared by many refugees, including those Masuma works with at the center. Here, the teachers as well as the children's parents are all refugees. This daycare center was especially set up inside Selwyn College, where the parents get free refugee education every day.
They have an empathy for one another. They understand the past, and even though people's experiences are different, the refugee experience is a very unique one, and if you haven't been in those shoes, it's not to say you're not going to be kind and understanding, but you're going to have a deeper understanding.
It's an experience these children will only remember as stories their parents once told. Spared from the hardship, they are now a part of New Zealand's next generation.
By coming in New Zealand, I feel really lucky. I'm one of the luckiest person to have my children growing up here, to see growing them up here. My 7-year-old, he likes to be a police officer.
It's a choice their son can freely make. Yet after all this time, freedom is something Suleiman has yet to get used to.
Feeling too much good, too much, yeah. very happy life, they say.